league. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the waiting is over. Let's meet the finalists. Would you please welcome the reigning UK Open champion, and let's get this party started. Snake by Peter. And now, ladies and gentlemen, he's top of the league. He's the current world #1. He's the reigning and defending two-time Betway Premier League champion. And ladies and gentlemen, the reigning two-time champion of the world, mighty Michael.
Best of 21 legs. Prediction time. At Sky Sports Stars on Twitter, at Sky Sports on Instagram. Michael van Gerwen won't have had the swagger of a champion as he made his way on stage there.
Yeah, this is the fifth time running. He's made the final, looking for a third win. Peter Wright at 22-140s in that semi-final against Phil Taylor. I think he's going to have to do something similar and not go through the lull that he went through to let Phil Taylor back in. He's got every chance. He knows that. He knows he's good enough.
He knows he's good enough because at recent tournaments he whitewashed Michael van Gerwen, Peter Wright.
Indeed. They've played each other in 12 finals. Michael van Gerwen has won 10 of those finals, but Peter Wright has won 2 of the last 3. Michael van Gerwen knows that Peter Wright is playing probably the darts of his life right now, so he'll be switched on, as will Peter. I think it's going to be a cracking final. Close, I believe.
They shake hands. Let battle commence. John Parder on stud in commentary.
Thanks, Dave. Yes, Well, it all comes down to this. Been on the road since early February, starting in the northeast at Newcastle and finishing now in the southeast in the Docklands of London. Can Michael van Gerwen retain his Premier League crown, or will Peter Snakebite Wright put his name on the roll of honour for the very first time? It was interesting, John, Phil Taylor saying that Peter Wright was a bit down after that match over the power. It is difficult, isn't it, to take yourself down from that enormous high and come out on another high, but he's done it just there. How difficult is it, John?
Well, yeah, I think he might have been down a little because he enjoys the audience's support on a lot of occasions, and a little interaction of a negative nature he got into there, and he didn't let it distract him entirely, but it probably emotionally was draining for him. He has to regroup, and he's sure to get plenty of support here against the #1 Michael van Gerwen, because everyone likes an underdog, and that's clearly what Peter is in this match, but he's not a huge underdog.
Now then, couldn't get the second dart pitched perfectly like the first one, but he does leave tops.
Yeah, that's a really good leave.
Tops. He'll afford to miss even at this early stage. He hasn't missed. 15 darter, Peter Snakebite Wright. Something of a quirk in the rules, because as we discussed earlier, in the semi-finals the higher ranked player in league positions throws first, but in the final it's a more conventional bull off, which Wright won, and so's throw first. MVG might scratch his head a little bit at that.
Well, at least he probably thinks he's good enough to overcome it, so it won't be weighing on his mind that much.
Unless it gets the 10-all, John.
Yeah, against the 10-all, he might be thinking, But even then, the player he is, he'll be thinking more about having a 10 or 11 dart leg at that point in time. If it were ever to arise, it's possible.
Wright averaged around about 100 against Phil Taylor in his semi-final win, which went to a last leg shootout. Van Gerwen averaging 102 in a 10-7 success over Gary Anderson. Van Gerwen competing in a 5th straight final. Every time he's been to the Premier League finals, he's won the semi. But by no means every time has he won the final. 2 losses.
There's one. Pitches it a bit high the second, it leaves double. Still, it's a good chance for Peter Wright. Get a break, a throw, and move ahead 2-0. Couple of options, it could be 19s or bulls. 50, so 45. 13 for double 16, that's his favorite down there.
63. Required 36.
Double 18 to level up the match early on. 9-9, Michael. Wow, this is exactly the opening Peter Wright wanted. Get into an early lead. Get the world champion under pressure. Remember, he whitewashed him in Germany in the European Tour a couple of weeks ago, a couple of weekends ago.
Just a little rust there, and you can get rusty in an hour waiting around to play again. Needs to get that full concentration and focus back. You don't miss doubles when you have that.
Well, this 13th Premier League season, the winner will trouser £250,000. If it's Michael van Gerwen, it'll be 275, because he's already picked up 25,000 for topping the league. Interesting to note, John, way back in the 2005 Premier League, which you and Wayne remember well, first prize was a mere 50,000, and the total prize money 140. 7 of you in it. Starting Stoke, who went all around England there, Widnes and Blackburn and Carlisle. Changed a lot, hasn't it?
It has. All for the better. It was a good thing then. Now it's an amazing event.
Yes, it was a big event then. Now it's mammoth. And Wright looking to spring an upset in the biggest match of all in the Premier League. Remember, he had Michael van Gerwen on the canvas when they met. He was 5-1 up. Ended up level at 6 each.
Well, not looking very happy at all. Number 10. For double 16 for 3-0. Peter Wright marches on.
That might stop the march. That earlier meeting was in Liverpool. The previous meeting, their first of the year, that was in Nottingham. Van Gerwen won that one. Van Gerwen's first maximum of the match is 63rd of the event. Dave Chisnell was not here, he's had 71. He'll still finish top of that statistical pile, I think, in all likelihood, Chizzy.
Yeah, and he really rallied to have a fantastic campaign, even though he didn't make it here. He really displayed top darts for most of the duration after Judgment Night.
Indeed.
Well worth a mention, Dave Chisnell.
58.
That will now leave him a finish. Unless that had bounced out, which it threatened to do.
Well, yeah, it rattled around a bit, but stuck in the end.
92.
Well, it takes some confidence at 0-3 down to spurn a chance at bull when your opponent is on 170.
Well, whatever he had in mind, it seemed to have worked. He still has to convert, however. He does. I remember back to our last semi-final, Phil didn't take on 161. He didn't take on the bull. Peter not on a finish, and he missed 6 darts and lost the leg.
Yeah, he did. A couple of occasions when he had 2 turns at double in that semi-final and couldn't convert. He had 1 dart to win at tops, which he rattled the top wire with, Phil Taylor. Right, got home in a nail biter. A win for another nail biter.
I think we have the right 3-1 score for it to develop into a nail biter. I think Michael being up 3-1, you get the sense that maybe he's going to start to run away. Much harder to run away from MVG.
Last year's final, Van Gerwen routed Taylor 11-3. The closest we've had was the 2013 denouement, when the same 2 players met here and MVG won 10-8 with that magnificent 132 out shot to win. Incredible match.
85.
Peter wants 101. Oh, and is Snaky going to rattle Van Gerwen again?
85.
No.
Picture perfect up to that last start. That's the one he should have liked the best. Michael, maybe a couple of doubles. Not going to happen.
68.
Everyone loves that 2 double shot now from 92. Or 96. If they get a single the first start. There's the first start and a double. Makes life all the more agreeable for Peter Wright at 4-1.
99.
Well, at what point, John, can we say that Michael Van Gerwen is in a spot of bother?
If Peter gets 2 trebles on this turn or more, because this is against throw attacking, and Michael's only had 2 trebles in 6 darts. Now it's got a bit of a spot of bother.
99.
Inside the leg and inside the match.
Yeah. This for a double break. And remember, with Wright having the darts in odd numbers legs, Van Gerwen would have to break 3 times in order to win the match.
Oh, and a painful 3rd dart treble if you're Michael Van Gerwen. Now knows that Peter Wright has a fairly decent chance to get that break.
You require 121.
Always got the treble, so double 14 now.
94. Michael require 86.
And he needs to be clinical here like he was at the end of the semi.
54.
And a 74 and then 88 out where he took them each in 2 darts, treble double. This time he gets the treble, but this is 2 darts for double. That's right, double 14 for 5-1. It's double 7, so nothing guaranteed.
No guarantee, but the result just the same, and it's the same as 5 of the other 6 legs, 4 of the other 5 legs. It's 5-1 to Peter Snakebite Wright. Michael Van Gerwen is now in trouble in this match.
49.
It was a bit of a gift open though by Peter.
111.
Not fully clobbered by MVG by any means. I'm disappointed he only got a ton. You won't think that's proper punishment of a 49 score.
114.
Van Gerwen 5-1 down as he was in Liverpool against Wright. This time with more wriggle room, because then there were only 12 legs maximum to be played. Tonight there are 21 if he needs them all. So has more breathing space. Nevertheless, giving a player of Peter Wright's calibre this kind of start is not the recommended route to success. At the start of this match, sponsors made Van Gerwen 1-4, and Peter Wright was a 3-1 underdog. Peter Wright is now 8-13 favourite to take out the Premier League. Van Gerwen is a 5-4 outsider to rally from 1-5 behind.
That has some appeal, Rod. I can see Michael coming back from this deficit.
Well, this is going to make it harder if Snakebite hits double 16. That would have shifted the odds further in his favour.
Require 80.
He could have had above even money, but it's double 10. And that option is probably long gone, Rod.
With the darts in this leg to haul back to 5-3. He was embroiled in a semi-final against Darren Webster when he was, well, he barely even turned up. Was he 7-0 down in that semi-final to Darren Webster? And eventually ran him down.
He's done it to Phil Taylor, Adrian Lewis. He's done it to many, where he's been well down and just somehow just doesn't drop a leg after a certain point. It goes berserk. The berserk MVG. The most dangerous one of the lot.
Yes, famously in a Players' Championship final against Phil Taylor when he really went berserk with a capital B. It was madness on the hockey. But he hasn't backed up the break, has he, in any way, shape or form? 9 darts thrown here by MVG to accumulate a paltry 201.
Yeah, that's poor. Poor by anybody's standards. Any pros.
And that is not poor. That is perfection by anybody's standards. As Wright leads 41 after 9 with his second maximum to leave Van Gerwen chasing shadows in leg 8. Wright for a 6-2 lead wants 41. And the State fights again to go clear by 4. Have we a sensation on our hands at the O2? They said Peter Wright's major was devalued by the fact that Michael Van Gerwen and Phil Taylor didn't play at the UK Open. They won't be saying that if he wins here tonight. Because this would be a title of the highest quality. It would contain a defeat of Phil Taylor in a semi-final and a victory over the undisputed world #1 and world champion in final, John. That doesn't come in much tougher or much better than that, does it?
It doesn't, and on the back of, he didn't win the league table, but he certainly threatened. Can't diminish that. Some critics said he had the gift 7-0, but even then he was very close to taking it. That title. He made Van Gerwen work to the very end.
Well, we have no idea what would have happened in that game against Kim Huybrechts, which Kim sadly couldn't play. But even if Peter Wright had lost to Kim Huybrechts, he would have been a clear second, 2 points ahead of Phil Taylor. Whatever you choose to argue about that whitewash win. Tell you what, could be 7-2 in a couple of turns.
Well, you would hope this is his throw, that he would hold his throw, and he's going to have to make an error at this point, especially those two. 77, so treble 19 to leave double 10.
177.
Well, this is stunning from Wright. The man who's averaged 119 in one match in this tournament and 109 in another, averaging 107 and change tonight, and looking at double 10 for a 7-2 lead. You betcha. Peter State by Wright leads Michael Van Gerwen 7-2. He only needs 4 legs to be Premier League champion.
And that's the best table to top of the lot.
Pummeling. Savage darts.
Oh, this would be a crippling break of throw.
134.
A very good leg, though, from Van Gerwen here. He's had 4 trebles and 6 darts. So it would be fully earned if Peter could break this one.
60.
Let's not forget, Peter Wright was very close to packing up darts altogether before he reached the World Championship final, where he lost to Michael Van Gerwen. But the prize money he trousered, £100,000, was enough to sustain his career. He and his wife Jo were about to turn it in. And that whole event at the Alexandra Palace has changed his life.
55.
And he might tonight be ready to become Premier League champion. It's an incredible tale of what can happen if you never give up.
Well, and his odds are getting shorter and shorter for this year's World Championship, I'm sure.
No question, John. 65. 2 at tops. 1 needed, so Michael Van Gerwen stops the rot, but he is in real trouble here. With the darts to get home 10-9 against Phil Taylor. Do you think he'll close this game down more comfortably, Wayne?
Well, right now, Peter Wright is by far the better player. He's out scoring Michael Van Gerwen. He's out finishing him. And he's comprehensively, you've got to say, out playing him.
introduce you there properly, Wayne, did I? That was the voice of the multi-Premier League participant, Wayne Marr.
Thank you.
Right. It has been amazing, hasn't it? It has been an eyebrow raiser. Look at the averages, Wayne. An amazing gap, really. When you consider Wright averaged 98 through the tournament and Michael 104.
Yeah. Michael
Almost exactly opposite.
It is, yeah. But Michael van Gerwen has played 16 matches in this year's Premier League. This is 17th. He's averaged over a ton on every single occasion, apart from right now. That is incredible. What Peter Wright can't do is think, right, don't make mistakes, keep nice and straight, and I'll see it home. Doesn't work like that. Got to be aggressive.
Well, that may well be good enough to get one of the breaks back here for MVGs. 2 breaks to throw down. Unless Wright has got a roof raiser. He had that 120 against Phil Taylor, which was extremely important mid-match. He can't go 2 treble to double on that occasion. Double 8, and Michael van Gerwen restarts this contest in every sense.
Yeah, Michael missed a real important combination earlier in the match. It was an 86. He hit the 54. Missed to 32. That was kind of reminiscent, but he got that. And then starts 140. He's won the last 2 legs.
Oh, Snakebite trying to replicate the achievements of Raymond van Barneveld in 2014 by beating Phil Taylor and Michael van Gerwen in successive matches on finals night. But it's going to get a bit more difficult because the Tungsten Titan awakes. That feat that I just mentioned, also accomplished in the World Championship by Gary Anderson. 2015, beating Van Gerwen and Taylor.
Oh, I don't know if I'm slow on the uptake, but I've just realised that Peter Wright has either changed his points or changed his darts from that in the semi-final. Mentioned the 86 that Michael missed. Now he's got it. Surely he hasn't changed his darts from the semi-final, just the points. You never know with Peter Wright.
Whatever, it's his 4th maximum. He leads that count 4-3.
Van Gerwen, you think, okay, Peter, if you're going to hit 180s, come on your throw, and then
59.
try to break when you don't. But the trouble is that Michael's running out of time. Still needs 4 more legs, Peter Wright.
55.
Well, just as he did against Phil Taylor, he's having a mid-match wobble here.
139.
Peter Wright. Really could do with leaving 66 here.
Most matches over this format will have an ebb and flow. There'll be ups and downs. It's just the way it is.
The
crucial thing is if your mid-match dip coincides with nothing from your opponent, it won't matter. If it coincides with a surge from Van Gerwen, it will matter. Double 16, 14, then 20.
He's already taken out 67 and 86 in the last 2 legs. Well, he was going the 48 route for 16 tops. Unfortunately for Michael, couldn't hit a treble with his first 2 darts. For 8-5.
Well, there was half a chance, half an opening for Michael van Gerwen, but the door got shut. Wright creeps closer to the line.
It was a poor first dart for the 104. Anything around the treble could have acted as something of a marker on the treble 16, but it was too wayward.
Oh, lovely. Lovely, absolutely magnificent, delicious darts. Note how Michael van Gerwen has hiked his average up towards 104. When we last looked, it was around about 98, wasn't it?
Indeed.
34.
Michael van Gerwen's thrown 9 darts. It's 47. The kind of leg that he wants against throw.
47, 32. 16 left, double 8.
39.
Should not matter, but it may do.
Those are the combinations that give you inner angst. You're giving your opponent a chance you shouldn't have had. And we know how deadly snakebite can be.
61. Michael require 8.
Well, 4 then. Well, 4 then. And he goes. So Van Gerwen gets it back to 6-8. Remember, at one point, at his lowest point, he trailed here 7-2. So 4-1 since then to the great Dutchman. Has he given himself too much to do?
It's all right. He's nowhere near the finishing line yet. And Michael van Gerwen knows. The rule of thumb is keep your opponent 2 away. And he's 3 away at present. Michael van Gerwen now has the upper hand in this leg.
Well, even if he gets back to 8 all, Wright will have the throw, but all his insurance policies will have been cashed in. He had 2 insurance policies with 2 breaks. If it goes level, they've all gone. He's got to keep holding then.
A visit of 42. Really poor from MVG. But not really punished. .180, 42, 180. Michael was on 47 after 9 darts in the last leg. Now he's on 99 after 9 darts. That is scoring that only you and I can dream of.
Went for 2 double tops, but having pitched one outside, he now leaves himself a 2-dart combination when he comes back, as opposed to a single darter. Will he come back? Will he? Snake bite, wavering, staying. For double 12.
80.
Well, did you hear the thud of the 60? Thrown properly. There was no thud outside the double 12. We're back on throw!
Well, from 7-2 down to now almost certainly 8 apiece. Oh my. He's bypassed first, second, third, fourth and fifth gears to just engage the turbo. Furious fight back from the world champion.
7-2 down. In about a minute and a bit, it could be 8-all.
134.
Well, has the air completely gone out of Peter Wright's balloon? Because the reality is, this is what he's going to be trying to tell himself. If it's 8-all, which it will be if Van Gerwen hits tops, it's 8-all. Peter Wright has the throw. He has to tell himself that when he climbed onto stage, he would have settled for this every day of the week, to play best of 5, and he's got the throw against anybody. But can he get that into his head? Or has he been scarred by what he's witnessed in the last 6 or 7 legs?
Michael Van Gerwen's scoring phase in the last 3 legs has been absolutely amazing. From 8-5 down, he's picked up the magnetised darts and they refuse to miss.
Well, there won't be a 9-darter, but I tell you what, you'll love that ton 40 to go off the back of the max. As you said, Wayne, this has been blockbusting stuff since the interval. Oh, snaky! Comes back with his 5th maximum. Crucial visits here now. Really important couple of turns.
Looking at the 60. 14 or treble. Double 11. Wow! Peter Wright moves within 2 legs of the Premier League crown.
Well, in the context of this darts match and what we've just witnessed from Van Gerwen, in the context of what Peter Wright is trying to achieve here, that was absolutely world class.
It was brilliant.
We mused at the start of the match, John Part and I, about the quirk in the rules, because remember, player in the highest league position, higher league position through first in the semi-finals, that was Van Gerwen and Wright as it went. In the final, they bulled up for it. And John and I said, well, it won't matter unless it goes 10-all. Well, now it's looking very likely to go 10-all, and it will matter that Peter Wright won the ball.
Michael require 122.
48 for 24. That leaves tops.
82.
When there's no pressure on, I kind of like that setup, because the 25 leaves 97. You can then go 57 tops.
105.
Double 10. In it goes, and the match level again. 3 legs to play. After over 3 months of darting combat, comes down to 3 legs. This now will be the closest final we have ever had, because no runner-up has reached 9 legs. And somebody's going to finish second with 9 or 10 tonight. Brilliant night starts, really has been. Kicked off with that thriller between Van Gerwen and Anderson, and then the nail-biter as Peter Wright completed a darting trapeze act to get out of trouble against Phil Taylor, who had a match start, and now this.
Only another ton. Full credit to Peter Wright here. He withstood a barrage of tungsten against Phil Taylor. He seems to have weathered the Van Gerwen storm here as well. There you go, bullseye.
65.
That will not worry Peter Wright. He's got half a dozen darts at 96 to put him on the brink.
Yeah, it's been a real poor leg from Michael. I think he's just been overly aggressive. Double 18. Peter Wright is within a leg becoming the Premier League champ.
Only 5 men have done it before him. Phil Taylor, James Wade, Gary Anderson, Michael van Gerwen and Raymond van Barneveld. It is the elitist of elite company.
Up until March this year, Peter Wright never won a televised event. He won the UK Open. He's now a different animal. He believes.
Peter Wright's performance since Michael van Gerwen caught him at 8 apiece and then re-caught him at 9 apiece has been magnificent. And he underlines that point here.
What a time to hit your 6th maximum.
82.
It's not that Michael van Gerwen's been giving Peter Wright chances. Michael's upped his average to 104. Peter Wright has manufactured the chance to become PL champ through absolute brilliance. He's on 32 after 9 darts. Finish line-itis? I don't think so.
34.
To win the biggest prize of his professional career. Well, you can understand why. It's the biggest dart he's ever thrown in his life. And it doesn't find its target. Will he get another one?
60. Double 18, double 18.
He will get another one. Another 3 if he needs them. Agony. And it goes on. The ultimate agony. 6 match darts. And he will have to play another leg. Oh, look at Peter Wright.
He's got to pick himself up. He's got to pick himself up. He knows, Peter Wright knows that he has the darts. He's still the odds-on favourite to win this leg and the championship. He's got to forget that. Easier said than done. He's still holding all the aces. Needs to hit a treble. Oh, how this game can be so cruel.
Well, you would have to have a heart of stone not to feel something, but Van Gerwen is just doing his job, and that's all he can do. It's not his business to show any sympathy. He may do afterwards, but he's here to win.
Well, Peter Wright isn't beat yet, but body language says just before these 3 darts that he's feeling beat right now. He's missed 6 match darts.
Well, Van Gerwen has seized that reprieve and turned it now into what looks being a match-winning parade. But how different it might have been, and Peter Wright devastated.
Yes, Peter Wright missed 6 match darts, but Van Gerwen cleaned up. And against the throw, he wants 88 points after 9 darts. Under pressure, he has performed. Well, Peter Wright really should have gone for a 25 there. At least give himself the opportunity. He's not thinking straight, and we're not going to have a go at him for that.
And Michael Van Gerwen wins the Premier League for the 3rd time, but he will never be pushed closer than that. Michael Van Gerwen retains the title, but spare a thought for Peter Snakebite Wright. The absolute agony of professional sport played out in front of our very eyes as 6 match darts were missed by the man who had the Premier League title in the palm of his hand. It looked like being all right on the night, but it went horribly wrong for Snakebite. And Michael Van Gerwen, the world champion, was there to pounce for the big prize.
The crowd here have been absolutely given an exhibition of darts, not just in this final. Phil Taylor played a massive part. He had a dart to beat Peter Wright in the semi-final. Gary Anderson was 7-all with Michael Van Gerwen in the first semi-final. But the reigning champion, Michael Van Gerwen, gets the job done. But Peter Wright will be inconsolable right now. He missed 6 match darts, but Michael Van Gerwen is the champ. Let's hand over to John McDonald for the presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, what an amazing final. And now it's time for our presentation. Please welcome the chairman of the Professional Darts Corporation, Mr. Barry Hearn, and ladies and gentlemen, the Marketing and Operations Director of Betway, Mr. Anthony Workman. So, ladies and gentlemen, after such an amazing tour and an incredible final, it's now time for our presentation. The runner-up receiving £120,000 and the trophy. And ladies and gentlemen, what an amazing year, Peter Wright! And now, ladies and gentlemen, the winner, receiving £250,000, the magnificent trophy. And for the 3rd time, we crown him the Betway Premier League champion, ladies and gentlemen, Mighty Michael
Michael, I don't really know where to start, but congratulations on winning. It'll be a good place to start. How do you feel after that incredible final?
I think there was a great final. I think we didn't really play well in the beginning of the game, and I missed a few chances. And Peter, he finished well. He did what he had to do, and I was thinking to myself, Mike, you need to do something more. And I think after the break, I played really well. I had a great comeback, and I had a feeling I deserved more, but then Peter Wright started playing well again, and to be fair, then he missed 6 darts. I don't know how he missed 6 darts in the match, but yeah, for me, who cares? A win is a winner, I would say.
It's your job to win, and when the opportunity comes along, you must take it. But as a human being, do you feel any sympathy when you're watching someone miss those match darts?
To be this was a really crazy game, because we all know Peter, sooner or later, he's going to win a major, like a big, really big tournament. And he was really close today. He didn't do himself any favors today, and I'm really glad I kept cool. I kept myself relaxed, and I'm really glad I stepped in at the right moment. And this was a fantastic moment for me, and what can I say? It's been great. It's been absolutely fantastic.
You've often said that you feel unbeatable on the big stage, but tell me honestly, Michael, did you feel that you were beaten tonight? Did you think it was all over?
Of course, when he gets the 3 clear darts, you think you're going to lose. Simple as that. Because a player with his quality normally hits a double, but for him it was also big pressure on the double. You could see it, because normally he would hit the double easy, and we all know that. But for some reason, he missed it, man. Maybe the pressure was too big for him, I don't know, but I'm really glad I walk away with this trophy again.
Okay, just one moment, let me... Oh, Peter. Peter, I'd rather be talking to you in different circumstances, I really would. Sum up, if you can, how you're feeling, because you really were so close and yet so far at the end.
Yeah, you can't have 5 darts at a double to beat #1 in the world and double world champion. It's something I've got to learn, go back to practice balls, and then get him for next time.
The way that you performed after he caught you at 8-all and 9-all was absolutely magnificent.
It's just what I've learned over the years, playing Michael in finals, is like, I used to rush it and then get into his rhythm, and I think I just like play your own rhythm, and that's how, you know, I got back into the match. He didn't run away with it. But I can't believe I missed so many darts at a double, but, you know, well done to the champion.
Yeah, fair play. Just one final quick thought. There were some very interesting newspaper articles this week when you and Joe were talking about the fact you almost gave up the game. It's a good job you didn't in nights like this, isn't it, regardless of the result?
Exactly. I wouldn't be in L2 in front of these amazing crowds, and thank you very much. You know, thank you all turning up, supporting us all. We wouldn't be here without you guys, and you're all amazing.
Thank you, Peter. You're a great champion. To the Premier League champion, one final word. We will see you and Peter, no doubt, at the World Cup, battling out perhaps the Netherlands versus Scotland might be the final, but big events to come up as well as the match play and moving on. So it's going to be a terrific summer of darts.
Of course, it's going to be really busy, but all thanks to the PDC and, of course, everyone who keeps coming watching, because they make this happen. They make this great thing happen, not only here, but all over the world. And we need to keep performing, because then I keep enjoying himself, and that's what we want to do, and what I want to keep doing.
I'm sure we will. A great night, Gary Anderson, Phil Taylor, Peter Wright, but the champion, the Premier League champion again, is mighty Michael van Gerwen.
Michael van Gerwen, a hat-trick of Premier League titles. But heartbreak for Peter Snakebite Wright. Agony on the hockey. More reaction coming up after this short break.